The Cheeseboy628 Show, starring Cheeseboy628.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today giving you an OU Wi-Fi battle. And this is actually versus Mulvone19. He had a stream about a week ago or so. And so I thought, you know what, might as well try out some teams. I'm new to Wi-Fi, but hopefully this will turn out alright for me. So my team is in the top right. I've got Life Orb Mamoswine, Specs Ninetales, Calm Mind Latias, Life Orb Venusaur, Sash Trio, and I actually have the wrong fortress. It's actually an Uber's fortress that Soda made for me with Pain Split and only spikes and such, and it doesn't have Stealth Rock. And so that's kind of a problem, but it's really not going to matter too much in this game, and you'll see why. But looking at my opponent's team here, I am scared of so much of his team because number one, I have a Weather War I need to win, and then number two, 2/3 of his team is able to set up, and then technically even 5/6 because T-Tar can have Dragon Dance, and then Infernape could have Nasty Plot potentially, but things realistically that would set up would be maybe Thunderous T, it could be Dual Dance, it could just be Agility, we can see. Reuniclus can be Calm Mind of course, and Breloom can be SD. And I'm most scared of Breloom trying to set up, so I just need to figure out something that can outspeed it fast, not let it set up, and it's my biggest worry. Infernape, you'll see, is actually going to be a big worry as well, because I need to figure out what kind of Infernape it is. And then it should be alright. I'm not worried about the Weather War because I have Trio, but yeah, let's see how this battle goes. So I start with my Ninetales as it can actually do a huge chunk to his team, and he actually turns out to start with his Thunderous T. And I am fully offensive, and he could outspeed by possibly 1 speed point, but it might be Scarf judging by how it's locked into Focus Blaster, so it seems, as he does miss the first one, and I go for the ballsy play of HP fighting right away, because if it is an offensive T-Tar and Pursuit traps me, I'll lose the Weather War right there, and that'd be really bad. But here I have my Latias. I'm just going to go for 1 Calm Mind, and I'm kind of fearing the Pursuit Trap. I don't know what kind of T-Tar it is yet, so I'm going to go for a couple D-Pulses, hope I do a decent chunk, but judging by that damage, it definitely seems like it's specially invested. And the thing is, I'm really thinking that it's going to Pursuit Trap me or something, but Latias isn't really going to do too much to this team anyway, so I'm just going to basically fodder it off. Plus I have a free switch in a Trio now. I can go for the EQ and hopefully take it out from this range. We will find out here. And I go for the EQ, and it turns out it lives with just a little bit of HP. And it's funny because during the stream, he was thinking that I was actually invested in some bulk because it didn't take me down to my sash. But nope, I'm actually sashed, and I guess he just wasn't invested with Ice Beam. And this is the problem with streams. You always think they're going to go for one move, but then they don't. And here, this is what I'm talking about, the Breloom. I don't want it setting up. I don't sleep fodder my Ninetales, and that's a huge problem. Because now I think the sun is up, even though it's so obvious every turn that the sand is buffeting me, I don't notice, because you just don't notice those small things, even though it shows you the weather in the bottom screen of the DS. But I am able to take out the Breloom thankfully, and barely live with that Mach Punch. That was extremely powerful. So here's the problem, because I forget that the sun isn't up, and he U-turns out, I'm thinking that he's Scarfed, because it outspeeds, and I thought, you know, I have Chlorophyll, so I outspeed. But it turns out he goes into Thunderous T, and he thinks that he can take one. That's what he was saying on stream. Turns out Mamoswine is just too powerful and just clean takes him out. The thing is, Infernape comes in, and I make a terrible play. Terrible play. I fodder off Dugtrio because I thought he was Scarfed, and therefore Dugtrio wouldn't be able to do anything. The thing is, I'm still kind of worried that maybe it's X-Rebelled or something, because it could potentially have Mach Punch, but I just don't know right now. So my goal here is just to fodder off Fortress, get a bunch of defense drops, and just revenge it with an Ice Shard from Mamoswine. But little did I know, this thing is actually banded, as you'll see it has Mach Punch later, and it's always locked in, you don't see lefties or anything. So unfortunately, I lost my one huge counter to that Infernape, because I just decided, oh, that Infernape could be so many sets. And I was just really worried on the stream. So here I bring in my Ninetales. I finally get the sun up. This is basically where I realize, oh, the sun is finally up. So I'm going to go for the Flamethrower. And what's funny is I just go for it because I don't want to miss. But it turns out, as you'll see, if I just went for like 4 or 5 Fire Blasts, I actually could have still won this game. And you'll see here, because Infernape goes for the Mach Punch thinking I'm Scarfed, but I am Specs, so I do so much. And it looks like a Fire Blast could probably take him out from that range. But unfortunately I go down and Infernape's still alive, going to do a huge chunk to my Mammo, but I am bulky enough to actually take it, surprisingly. So I can just take him out with the Ice Shard, and all that's left is Reuniclus. So I need to hope that I can get a crit here. Honestly, he said he's max HP, max defense. It's a solid 2-hit KO, but unfortunately, yeah, I actually live with 1 HP from the Life Orb, which is kind of funny. But yeah, he's able to take me out with the Psychic easily since I'm at 1 HP. And so yeah, that was a pretty good game, Mulvone. Although I made a bunch of terrible plays. I'm just new to Wi-Fi, and that's the problem. I'm sorry guys for that. Normally I probably wouldn't upload something like that, but since it's Mulvone, he's a pretty cool guy, that's why I uploaded it. And so I hope you all enjoy. I'm always going to have a weekly Wi-Fi battle. Stay tuned for next Saturday for another Wi-Fi battle. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.